In this tutorial, we're going to be showing you how to fill out the Graduate of Granite rubric for your classes. If you notice, you have one of these Graduate of Granite rubrics for advisory and then for each of your classes. Science, your A-Day and B-Day classes, math, English. On your report cards this year, you're going to be given a score, a Graduate of Granite standard score for each of these 5 categories. So we want you to be able to know how to explain these categories of behaviors of a Graduate of Granite to your parents or guardians. For example, in communication, do you communicate effectively to share and understand information in a variety of contexts? This looks like asking questions when you need to, working together with peers, communicating needs to your teachers. And then what you're going to look at for most of these is how often do you demonstrate that behavior? Are you always trying to be consistent in showing good behavior? Do you, most of the time, demonstrate good communication? Do you only demonstrate positive communication once in a while? Do you rarely talk at all or communicate your needs? Or have you been too absent to be able to communicate anything? Then, what we want you to do is to highlight the box that represents where you're at for communication. So let's say I've only been demonstrating these characteristics most of the time. What I'll do is click inside the box, and then I'm going to use the paint can to change the fill color of that box. You can have the option of coloring it in some highlighter color to make it stand out, or you can change it to match the standard. So like a 3 is green. Please don't use a color that's dark like black to show where you're at, because then your parents and guardian won't be able to read the level that you've been achieving. I'm going to color it in the same color as the standards. Our next standard is hard work and resilience. I set personal goals, apply best efforts to achieve them, and persevere when faced with challenges and setbacks. I demonstrate confidence, optimism, and self-efficacy. So this sounds like it's wondering about my growth mindset and how hard I'm working. Am I turning in my work on time? Am I doing the tasks that my teacher asks me to do? When I'm asked to take notes, do I take notes? I think I do a pretty good job. Maybe I'm not 100% optimistic and super happy bubbly all the time, but I do what I'm supposed to do without really fighting it. I try to demonstrate a positive attitude towards learning. I know what I'm here to do. So I'm going to come over here and highlight this in a blue color to show that I'm at a 4 in hard work and resilience. Responsibility. I'm trustworthy, ethical, reliable, and accountable for my individual choices and the results produced. I think I'm pretty accountable. I'm going to give myself a 4 on this as well. I'm going to make those match later. Respect. I acknowledge differences by looking for the good in everyone, including myself, and show due regard for feelings, rights, cultures, and traditions. While I can think about some times this quarter where I might have been a little rude and impatient to other people and said things that I regret, I have room to grow, but for the most part I did okay. So I'm going to give myself a 3. If you need to change it, let's say I decided, actually, I don't communicate as well as I thought. You can come back up here and change it to have a transparent background. And then come change the fill color of where you're actually at. Our last category is dependability. Now the scale for this one is based on your attendance to the class. You're going to need to consult with your teacher and other records to figure out, have I had any tardies or excused absences? Notice that a 4 in dependability means that any absences you have been excused, and you only have at most one tardy. And then you can see the requirements going down. So let's say I've had 3 unexcused absences. Then I might be here at a 1 in my dependability. Or, worse yet, let's say that I'm here every single day, but I'm tardy every single day without any note or parent excusal as to why. I might be a 0 right now on my dependability. That might be a conversation to have with your parents. Why are you late to advisory every day or to first period or whatever class that you're doing it on? What's making you tardy? Well, how can we help you? Again, if you'd like, you can change these to be like a highlighter color. So you can see where you are across the rubric. So make sure you fill yours out for advisory, and then when you're doing your standards for your other classes, then you can fill out your Graduate of Granite behaviors for those classes as well. This has been a tutorial on how to highlight your Graduate of Granite rubric.